All right, Honda SCL500. She's a looker. She looks good, actually. I actually like this. This is kind of my style of bike, like a street scrambler, street tracker type of bike. I'm gonna take her up the road real quick, see what I think of her. Very, very light, I will say that. Very light bike. Very small, simple dash. No rev counter. Very simple controls, plastic controls. Oh my gosh, that's the first thing I really noticed about this bike, how light it is. My goodness, this might be one of the lightest bikes I've ever tried out. Clutch is really light. Actually, it's kind of hard to see that dash during the day here. Shifting is smooth though. Pegs are, they're up kind of high, but not bad. The seat height, they're not horrible. I'm 6'1", so it's not too hard riding this thing. Smooth little motor though. This orange paint's pretty nice. Got a little bit of metallic in it. Getting into neutral's easy. She's not fast, but she's got good spirit. She can get going. She can get going at highway speeds, this bike could. Yeah. This motor kind of reminds me, it's not exactly the same, it's smoother. It reminds me of the Kawasaki 650 motor a little bit, but smoother, I guess, and but less punchy. This bike is so light. Nice, smooth shifts though. Fun. The brake has like not a lot of grab, and then it all of a sudden kind of grabs quick. So it's a little weird on the brake, I'll say that. I mean, it's a fun little around town bike. Probably you could take it on highway. You wouldn't want to do a lot of miles on highway, but this is a good around town back road, country road type bike. That's what this is. And it's just so, I mean, it's so light. This is one of the lightest bikes I've ever rode. It feels like, I mean, there ain't no weight up top. Got a fuel gauge, so that's nice. Clutch is light, which I like. So light clutch, and you can adjust where it grabs. It's grabbing a little farther out than I would like, but it's okay right now. That can be adjusted. This just feels like a little hoon around machine. I mean, it's just light and agile. So light, so agile, especially compared to the bikes I just rode. I rode the Goldwing and rode the Africa Twin. So this just feels like, I mean, I can't even feel the weight of it. I mean, this clutch is, it's one finger light. It's so light. It's got the gear indicator though, so if you ain't got a tach, you do need a gear indicator, I feel like. Especially on a modern bike. I get it, you don't need it, you can go by sound. But I hate when I accidentally shift down into first gear, not realizing I'm that far down, because I don't like counting gears. I just go by the feel of the motor. Would I buy it? You know, this is an affordable option. I would buy it just because it's cheap and a pretty good little package for as cheap as it is, but probably not. It's just not a lot of character in this motor, even though it's not a bad motor. It's not a lot of character though, but it's a fun bike, a very light bike. It's still fun. You could have a ton of fun on this. This would be like the perfect beginner bike, I feel like. Yeah, absolutely. This isn't for about anybody. This is a perfect beginner bike. This is a good amount of power to start on for a beginner, but still not feel like you're so slow you can't get out on good roads because you're afraid you're going to get killed by traffic. It's weird for me. I'm used to having so much more weight when I'm on the bikes I ride. So I wonder how the stability of this bike will be like holding in a corner, but it's so light. I don't know. It's different. This has to be the lightest, at least feeling bike I've ever rode. I've rode the Husqvarna Svartpillen 701. I owned that bike, and actually I think technically it's lighter than this bike, like 385 pounds or something. This is supposed to be like, what, 410 maybe? Maybe it's 414, I can't remember. But anywho, this bike feels significantly lighter than the Svartpillen, which I think technically is supposed to be lighter. This thing you can't feel the weight at all. Very good beginner bike here, very good. Yeah, I would absolutely recommend this to a beginner. Probably the best beginner bike you can get, I would think. It's got a little bit of an on-off throttle, but it's not bad. But I mean, even for a beginner bike, like I said, it can do good enough speeds to get on your main roads and be fine. Ooh, nice. Stingray Corvette. Yeah, baby. Yeah, not a lot of power, but it's still fun. It's got good spirit, this bike.